Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Summit Asia. It's time now for our winners bracket finals. It's Team DT Club, also known as the DK Slayers, just took them down.
Everyone's Slayers. They've been slaying teams left, right, and center. They're in the winner bracket finals.
Yeah, they're looking good. DT Club, road to TI 5? 4? TI 4.
TI 4. Well,
yeah, road to TI 4 begins now.
Depends if you believe. If you believe it's the road to TI 4. If you don't, maybe TI 5.
Well, I think they're a strong contender here. Definitely top 2,
yeah.
And they'll be playing Newbee in your winner bracket final. Should they win this match, they are one best of 5 away from punching their ticket for a trip to LA and coming here to Los Angeles, fighting for over $106,000 in prize money. Guys, if you haven't heard yet, we just announced our stretch goals. We made a Reddit thread. You can also check out our Facebook, our Twitter, and read all about it. Some fun goals, some more content-oriented, but a nice mixture.
Yeah.
And mostly just keeping in sort of in line with the whole idea of the tournament, of having a bunch of people get together, have fun, hang out, relax, and talk about Dota. With that being said, it's time now. Game 1, our best of 3. Dreamtime versus Newbee. Let's hop into it.
Alrighty, looking forward to this series. That's for it's a winner bracket final. Definitely not too many people would have been expecting to be in the winner bracket final. Maybe Newbee, but Dreamtime. These guys just came out of nowhere, taking out IG in the opening round, then beating LGD in the next. This has been a pretty smooth run for DT through the winner bracket final, but Newbee's going to be a tougher opposition. A lot of Dreamtime successes come from the Air Brewmaster, and I feel it's here in the first pick stage, but come second ban stage, that's where Newbee's going to be taking that Brewmaster out of the pool.
Ah, freaking Newbee. Haven't fixed their names yet.
No.
Apparently there's a way for the players to do this themselves, but
no one really
they're
knows.
just gonna play with our sleep deprived and
that's
addled brains.
6 a.m. This is not the time to be doing this to us, Newbee. Come on.
Newbee, please have mercy.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. We'll see how much mercy they have on Dreamtime, because right now showing none to us tired casters. But they go Sand King AA as their opening 2 picks.
Pretty standard opening for most of the Chinese teams. Centaur was banned, and only unusual thing is Ember's been left in the pool, but neither of these teams known for their Ember. You tweeted about it, Gods. Will we see the Air Brewmaster get banned? Teams are not respecting his brew, and they're going to make him... I have a bad feeling for Newbee about this game.
And teams are also thinking, like, oh, we'll just ban it in the second stage. So DT have just started saying, well, we'll just first 2 pick it. And I think especially in response like the Sand King AA, because we saw earlier today IG's Ferrari getting shut down on the Brewmaster against a Disruptor, but when you open with Sand King AA, you just can't pick something like a Disruptor. Maybe you can get silencers in your core heroes, or good at instant stuns. But I mean, Sand King not bad for the Brewmaster, but I feel like you need that one extra
Disruptor's
silence.
not like a hard counter for Panda. You can still just get a BKB.
No.
That Panda just was poor and rushed Eggs.
That's true.
So, Morphling's the ban here from Dreamtime. They are banning out a good split pushing carry, as well as Panda not really the best core to lock down a Morphling. Good single target crowd control with the boulder toss, but that's dealt with by Lincolns, and he just doesn't really have much burst damage either. So I think banning heroes like Morphling is smart. You run Brew, you kind of just want to 5-man deathball their towers in the mid game, generally.
We'll see if the Direct has a plan for dealing with the Air Brewmaster, but I like the Wisp ban, something that Super's played a lot of for DT. It's not always Wisp tiny as well, they just like Wisp in general, so... kind of somewhat respect ban for DT, who do have a very, I mean, going way back to like TI2, TI3 era, they were playing a lot of
when
Wisp.
these guys were Rising Stars, they were the first Chinese team to run the Wisp.
Yeah.
We'll see an anti-mage ban now from Dreamtime. Really removing these split-pushing carries from the pool.
Brewmaster's not good at dealing with anti-mage in general. Just
neither of these heroes.
Yeah. I think anti-mage would... I was actually thinking like, oh, this is not a bad game for anti-mage. There's no like Invoker synergy, but...
Is there anyone else out there that Brewmaster's not good at dealing with? There are definitely some other split-pushing carries, but...
Morph and AM, the 2 big ones, really. Like...
there's like your niche picks, like PL, I suppose, who's not very in vogue right now. Or viable. Still interesting to see the Ember ignored. I think it would be good for Newbee.
Could theoretically... Invoker's banned out.
No, Ember.
Oh, Ember. Oh, yeah, that's true. Very, very true. I think the other hero, maybe Spectre. Newbee's run a bit of Spectre throughout their, I guess, throughout the last couple of weeks here, so maybe we see Hao go into the Spectre, but in a team fight, Spectre can just be thrown up in the air by a Cyclone from the Brewmaster, so not the easiest thing to use, but just getting off a Haunt from another lane, he can somewhat split push, at least as far as pressuring lanes.
Yeah, they wouldn't have the profit to go with him, just the Enchant Brush and Spectre, which is Chilling Touch Spectre is pretty strong as well. I think it's a bit underrated. There's also a Darkseer out there for Newbee if they want to run the Darkseer Sand King combination. I think that's quite strong, and we've seen it work very well in other scenes. Empire ran it very effectively at Starladder.
And one of the better carries is, if you want to go more standard, is we've seen a lot of Weaver today. Weaver AA, Chilling Touch plus Gemini Attack, and also Weaver, a good hero to buy in MKB, and you need MKB against Brewmaster for the Drunken Haze as well as the Drunken Brawler.
I do like the Darkseer pick here.
Yeah.
Goes well with Sand King. And Prophet Brew, you've got 0 reliable stuns. Like, yeah, Pandalt's got some good lockdown, but that's a very long cooldown, so they'll go back into Mirana. I think Dreamtime probably looking towards a Bane or Shadow Demon as their next.
I think Mirana may be a support here as well. I don't know.
They could run a support Mirana.
Yeah, could be XCD carry Mirana. No real reason I think it's a support Mirana. But I think either way works well. And Mirana, the lockdown is something they desperately need for their draft. So they'll be picking, as you said, the Bane, the Shadow Demon. Could go into the Disruptor, kind of pick themselves. Like, I think Disruptor really good against offlane Darkseer. The Ultimate will come in nice in the mid game against Sand King. So need some more Disruptor picks in the Dota 2.
Yeah, in theory you can glimpse it back when he blinks into Epi as well, though. That is tough if he actually catches you. Newbee goes Storm. Probably we'll see probably a Lifestealer ban as this last ban here.
Yes, I think that would be a smart
Either a
idea.
Lifestealer or a Weaver ban I'm expecting for Dreamtime.
Jump a Brewmaster with a Storm Orchid and he'll die very fast to a Lifestealer, so.
Yeah, you do have that evasion, but it's a lot of nuke damage from Storm as well.
Let's see what Dreamtime look to go in here. I mean, you said the Bane, they go the Bane. So, not messing around Dreamtime here. This is game 1 of a best of 3. After you just tuning in, it's the Summit Asia winner bracket final. Newbee or Dreamtime. One of them will be notching their spot in the grand finals to decide who's coming to LA, who's going to be the second team to represent Asia joining DK. The other, the loser, they drop down to the loser bracket where Vici Gaming awaits, and Vici Gaming winning 2 best of 3s in a row. They're in good form right now. So.
It was a scrappy day for Vici Gaming. I would not say it was a dominant day, though.
No.
They had to claw their way to those victories.
It speaks more to the strength of the Chinese scene rather than like Vici Gaming. Like, I think Vici Gaming looked good end of the day. Like they played well. It was just their opponents were really tough opponents.
Yeah, I agree. The Chinese scene is very it's deep and it's quite strong right now overall, I'd say.
Yep. Doom banned out by Newbee, so we'll see Dreamtime one more ban, and it's going to be on that Lifestealer, so no Infest Bombs today for Newbee. The Weaver's still in the pool, the Spectre. Otherwise, you're going to start going more out of the box, like heroes like a Faceless Void type carry is still there, although there's no real... I guess Void AA is not bad, so Void is...
Void Sand King's not bad either.
Yeah.
They could go Void. It's also good versus Brewmaster, because Chronosphere is very reliable lockdown versus him, and actually gives you a lot of time to bring him down before he gets off the ult.
Yes. Yeah. We'll see what it's going to be.
It would give them a... it does give them 3 melee. It's not too bad. Like, this is going to be, what, an offlane Prophet, probably? Even if Dreamtime goes aggressive, what do they go aggressive with? Mirana Bane plus who? With Lina?
I guess any kind of range support can work okay there.
It could be a tri-lane with a Prophet joining the fight. I suppose that's the other thing to consider, so... Newbee may want to... I think they'll want to go for a slightly stronger laning hero.
Yeah, that's where I think Weaver's your safest bet as far as being able to fight. They go Dragon Knight,
so they're going to tri-lane the Storm, maybe?
Yeah, it looks like a safe lane Storm. And
they could also go aggressive. Darkseer can creep skip. It's not a very strong tri-lane, but if they want to dodge as well, that's...
So it's kind of like, let's just pick 3 solos and roam the Sand King AA, you think?
Well, they could also... If they just want to... Yeah, I think roam / like maybe just dodge if they...
Yep.
Because their tri-lane is Storm, H-Empress, and Sand King. It's okay.
Yep.
Depends on this last Dreamtime pick. They have some options here, though. If they want to go aggressive, they are on the Radiant side, so they've got the better offlane. But it's too easy for Newbee to dodge, I feel. So
yeah.
Safe bet is just send your Prophet offlane, your Brew mid, and I guess
like
a farmy
DK.
Mirana.
DK is just another good hero that's decent against Brewmaster. A ton of armor to just tank up the primal split damage and just
And a good instant stun to try and kill him before he gets to the ult off.
Yeah, there's a lot of actual, but like just lockdown to deal with Brewmaster pre-ulti, so could be tough for Air to get off that ulti this game if Newbee have anything to say about it.
BKB heroes are also good versus Brew because it deals with the Drunken Haze effectively, and most of his damage, like the Fire Panda damage is magical, the Clap is magical. The majority of Brewmaster damage is magical. Okay, so I like BKB carriers versus him.
Yeah, we'll see what the. I'm also curious to see how Newbee, like who's gonna be playing what, because I think DK is more of a How hero, while Moo may be on the Storm Spirit. Even if it is a safe lane Storm, I think we still see Moo maybe playing that with How mid on DK.
They could run a safe lane DK. It's just very uncommon.
Yeah. And like,
Storm matches up pretty well against Panda though. That's not a great matchup for. I mean, Brew can trade right clicks, okay, but you can just keep on spamming remnants and just nuking him down.
Oh, last pick Enigma, so they grab themselves a true jungler here. They want to get a little bit greedy themselves, and that's where, I mean, you mentioned something like a Sand King AA going to the offlane. They could even look to do so just to try and secure an early first blood, and then look to rotate around the map a lot.
They may just want a Newbee may just want a 5-man at Dreamtime just to try and ward their jungle, whether or not they want to go aggressive tri-lane. And their level 1 is... It's not the strongest, but they have like Surge into Burrow Strike, Iron Shell on the Sand King. Dreamtimes, both teams have fairly mediocre level 1s. Enigma's pretty useless, Prophet's quite useless. Nobody has a level 1 Rosh threat, so nothing too crazy going on here, really. Well, we'll get underway soon, but they do have a big team fight combo, Dreamtime.
Oh yeah, it's scary.
They've got to use their ults wisely, though. If you waste Brewmaster ult and Enigma ult, that's what, 2.5 minutes where you're not fighting, and Newbee? Newbee have very few long cooldown spells. They have Wall. That is their one long cooldown. It's only 100 seconds, and they don't really need Wall to take fights unless it's much later on in the game. So, I like the way Newbee have drafted. If you're up against these big team fight type lineups, which Panda normally is a tip-off that they want to go for more of a 5-man style, then you just pick a lineup that can fight constantly and play around the cooldowns, which could work out well for them.
All right.
Here we go. Let's introduce our teams. It's Dreamtime versus Newbee. Newbee on the Dire side, DT on the Radiant. Game 1 of a best-of-3, your winner bracket finals for the Summit Asia, powered by Twitch. On the Dire side, we have Newbee. Xiao8 handling the Darkseer, the director himself. Banana, the support Sand King. Moo taking up the role of the Storm. Does have a Ring of Protection, so we'll be going into the tri-lane here. Songsheng, your Ancient Apparition, and that leaves Hao as the Dragon Knight. So it is a Hao Dragon Knight.
Well, for the Radiant side, we've got Dreamtime DT Club. They've been taking the Chinese scene by storm recently. We've got Super playing the support Bane, Dreamy Yu on the support / jungle Enigma, XTD going to be playing a farming Mirana, Air on his signature Brewmaster, and finally, in the offlane, is going to be Injalai playing the Nature's Prophet.
Yeah, Air starting with the Stout Shield. He is expecting the Storm 1v1 matchup, and I don't know if he gets it here. Moo, with the early Ring of Protection, looks to be going to the safe lane, so... This is some wasted gold for the Panda. You could just be getting your bottle up and spamming Bottle Crow. By the way, I mentioned Newbee could look to go aggressive, but boy, have they ever.
Oh, yeah.
They've popped down 4 wards here, and these all block the camp.
Dreamy Yu gets the D ward pre-30 seconds into the game, so he's going to get this big camp regardless.
He's got another sentry. You get a double D ward, and you remove one of their observers. That's very costly. Also, Dreamtime also, they got some blocks of their own here.
He's going to go maybe try D ward this big camp as well, and...
This is a fairly easy camp to D-ward in general.
Yeah, it's there's 2 spots, like you can block inside or you can block the magic bush. The problem is one sentry ward doesn't really cover both those. Maybe if you do it like in the middle here you can, but he gets this D-ward too.
No, that's very good. And that's an observer ward wasted.
That's actually important vision, I think, for Newbee to some extent.
And the support Sand King, Newbee actually they didn't start with sentries because they used them to block the camps.
Yep.
They have no D-wards. Oh, this is trouble.
Okay.
What's Sand King to do? There's this camp here you can stack.
Yeah.
Prophet can look to block it or just try and leech experience from it, though. So.
Yeah, both teams having just crazy warding expeditions into the enemy jungle, but.
Well, Hao just not having fun against this auto crit from the Brewmaster.
Yeah, sure. Oh, man.
It could be our first blood bottom lane. Xiao8 gets caught out. He's overextended.
Wow.
Looks like a sleep into an arrow set it up.
Prophet TP in
they run him down.
So. I like that. Prophet goes for the very early TP. He wasn't really able to do a whole lot. Like, Sand King A can zone him out. He can now transition to a quasi-jungle if he doesn't want to go top. And he doesn't need to go back top until the push comes, which isn't going to happen until, like, the first siege creep comes out at the earliest. So he's got some time he can just maybe jungle farm.
And they still have 2 camps blocked and Enigmas here. So it's not a ton of space, but...
That's true.
Like, what else is he going to do, right? He's not going to farm top. So, other thing is, Xiao8 can't really leave his lane because the jungle's warded. So, this is quite problematic.
Banana will start getting some stacks rolling in the dire jungle here, but...
No mud golems. No mud golems. No mud
Oh,
gums.
yeah.
Life is good.
Scouts out the illusion rune, so nicely timed. Gets the stack, checks the rune, and we'll see Prophet now TP back top. So he's he's still just level 2.5, but helped his team get that early first blood.
Well, they tried to deward this camp, but failed on that particular sentry. So
they brought more sentries out.
Game of Wards. This is one of those ones where it's like, if you're an up and coming support player, go back, watch the replay, and just like think about all the wards that both teams use.
They started with 4 sentry wards DT club because they use 1 to block an enemy neutral camp and use 3 to try and deward. So
and they hit on 2 of them. That is a pretty good hit rate considering they didn't defend their jungles. They had no idea where the wards got dropped.
This big camp on the far left for the Enigma, I think in theory there's like 2 different spots you can block it with. So sometimes you need 2 sentries to deward it. So you got fortunate with that.
Yeah, it works out nicely for him and gets the soul ring now.
Okay.
Level 3, so that's pretty good farm. He's almost level 4 for a jungle Enigma. It's like his jungle wasn't warded.
It's hard to do. It still like slows your jungle down a lot just having a few camps because like he finished off this big camp, then he has to go to the medium camp, and like from there the big camp hasn't respawned. It's just very awkward because you have to run so far to get to that third neutral camp way over on the right of his jungle.
So, well, we've had an in-depth discussion about the warding so far, but in terms of the big picture, it's a free farm Storm. Panda just crushing Hao mid. This is a rough matchup for him. Also takes a Malefice. In comes the rotation from Dreamy U.
No second clap, so.
It's not fun being a melee hero versus Panda. It's just, like, I don't know who beats him. Maybe Darkseer. Doesn't really beat him, but can at least, like, keep up and farm and constantly push the lane.
Not many melees who do that well in this matchup.
Yeah, yeah. Any ranged hero has a decent shot. OD will do very well. Viper will do well, but for melee versus melee, it's pretty limited.
Sea Creep spawns bottom, and Dreamy U. Well, it looked like he wanted to go push. He ran past the neutrals. No, he goes back to the neutrals. Changes his mind.
He might just be looking to get the 6 Eidolons up and then go.
Yeah. So he scouts out the regen rune. Doesn't micro his Eidolons too well. And it looks like the regen will be picked up by Hao. Dreamy U denied. He can't get it. Enigma. What? 500 range? Yeah. The range not there for him.
Need to have an extra tango and eat. Well, he could have eaten through this tree, but that's a big investment.
Yeah. So he gets the double Eidolons. He is making his way bottom lane, although only 4 Eidolons. And Jiaweit's already ready to show up again and defend this.
They have made their move towards the mid lane. There's a smoke here from Banana. No level 6 on the Panda. They don't want to let Air just get a free level 6, but the smoke wears off. It's
they hit him with the arrow bottom! Oh, Jiawei. Oh, wow. That wasn't even a...
No sleep, just an arrow.
Yeah, just a straight-up arrow, and then he goes down. Injuly TP'd in as well, but it was like arrow already lands as he TP's in.
Well, they'll take down the tier 1 bottom here, it looks like. They're still waiting to go on mid, though.
Yeah.
Air, is he going to hit level 6 first? He is, so... they're just not getting this kill. It's a level 1 Burrow Strike. Panda's got boots. You don't have your Dragon form. There's no way to catch Air.
Yeah,
and he'll be level 6 first.
They got the tier 1. They may even start chipping on the tier 2. They've got the Bastering, they've got Treants, they've got Eidolons. Arrow going to go flying looking for Jiawei. Not going to land here. They can just look to convert maybe the Iron Shell creep, although... Nah, it looks like Enigma's already backed off.
No, the sleep's there, but the arrow's still on cooldown. So just slowing down Xiaowei. It's juggled off by Song Sheng.
Yeah, he wasn't aware of the arrow cooldown, but...
The problem for me is, it's not even that they're losing these towers. They're not getting a trade. The Sand King's not farming well. The Dragon Knight's not farming well. The only trade is Moo free farming. But Storm's still got a while to come online. Maybe they get in July here.
Yeah, he has hit level 6, so even though he still needs a lot more farm, like especially an Orchid against a Brewmaster, he can still gank and get kills, especially like a hero like in July top.
Well, that's the dead profit, unless the TP comes.
Brewmaster.
They force out the Panda TP. Good play by Newbee, though. They force out the TP, they back off, and now the DK can pressure this tower mid. He'll probably take it down like 300, 400 points.
Yeah.
If he goes for it. No, he's going Rune.
I think well worth the Brewmaster TP there. I think you don't want to be giving Newbee any kills there, because that's just going to get the Storm starting to snowball.
Also, the Midas is... The recipe's on its way soon, so... He dies here, that's going to delay the recipe by at least a minute or two.
Yep. So Hao finds himself in this rune. He's going to make his way towards the top lane here, and this tier 1 is pretty much a sure thing.
They haven't dropped down any new Observer wards, so they did not see that... Well, they dropped this, but they have not dropped one of the runes. Yep. So
this is okay. You kind of expect your off-lane tier 1 to go down at this stage of the game.
That's an even trade. Both teams getting the tier 1.
Oh, and now tier 1's being pressured in the mid lane as...
It's Enigma Panda. There's no level 6 on Enigma, but... I mean, who's ready to fight on LGD? Like, the only one who's ready is Storm. Ancient Apparition's not level 6.
Newbie, LD, please.
Newbie.
If once you start doing it, I start doing it, so...
It's so natural to slip into it.
Yeah.
These guys are killing me. We also cast the actual LGD today, which didn't help matters.
No,
Thanks,
the words
guys.
on the tip of your tongue already.
You got my back. I appreciate it, Bobby.
No. It's all good. So, looks like DK is going to go for the drums build. He's picked up a bracer. Every now and then you'll see just casual bracer, but... you know, drums on a bad pickup if you want to go for early pressure, early pushing.
Or if you're just not... he's farming okay.
Yeah.
32.
I don't think you
It's to slow down your BKB a lot, though, and I feel BKB is very important in this game. There's grip in Black Hole, but there's just not much physical damage, and delaying BKB means you just can't really team fight until you get it.
So pressure now on the tier 2 bottom. There's a couple smoked up here. Dreamy, you know a Black Hole just yet, but...
How do they stop the push? They have no Ancient Apparition ult. They don't have a Sand King Blink Dagger. They don't have an Epicenter. Darkseer's only level 6. Like, they can't really fight this.
Oh,
and there's a Panda ult
lot of
online.
heroes, but like a level 3 Sand King is just not that scary. With level 2 Sandstorm. Oh god, level 1
I like how they're playing it, which is like not fighting, just kind of sneaking around near the tower, trying to slow it down. Let Moo split push, and hopefully he kills someone when they rotate in.
But for DT, like, they're sieging towers and forcing Newbee to bring 3-4 heroes to defend, and I guess they are committing so many themselves.
So it's not that bad.
Yeah, like Prophet's getting some farm in other lanes, but not
Moo
really
could go very hard this game, though. He already has 61 CS, Oblivion Staff #1 up, and Ancient Apparition ult. Ancient Apparition gets his ult, and they can just start fighting pickoff. So I'm a little worried for DT if they're not actually taking towers. Like, pressuring the lane's nice and all, but they have the Panda ult. They're about to get Black Hole. They want to be converting these pushes into towers and possibly kills.
Yeah. Mirana, Arrow, gonna scout the things out here. They don't really mind if these arrows aren't on the market. Mostly just getting the information of exactly how many Newbee heroes are here to defend.
They have the Panda ult. I don't know if Newbee are gonna fight this.
How pops the ulti, but yeah, it's not happening. Went for the deny.
Oh, they're looking for the sleep.
Oh,
that's a long way to
got it, but
nice
you can just juggle it off even if he gets the nightmare. So getting a nightmare arrow there is gonna be pretty tricky.
Yeah, the way I see it right now is Newbee just want to farm the Orchid and get their level 6 on Ancient Apparition. That's probably the main thing. Blink on Sankey would be nice, but he's level 4 with 200 gold. Jeez.
Oh,
that warding really paid off.
Yeah. Mirana now has a minus for DT Club, so we'll see XCD. Looking to accelerate his farm here at the bottom lane. But Moose, yeah, he's just been uncontested top. He's having a blast.
How much is a Storm with an Orchid gonna do if they're 5-manning you though? That is the concern for Newbie.
Yeah, and
if he gets Orchid and right then they start 5-manning, that hero's not gonna do much.
God, Moo's map awareness, that's killer. He senses that one coming.
Did they see someone mid lane?
I think they saw the Mirana Moonlight Shadow bottom lane.
Okay.
Because they Observer Ward. I think this dire Observer Ward scouted that, because he even used the Ball Lightning to get out, so I think he realized the gank was coming his way. But
good movement by Moo. His farm is very important. Like, normally Storm, yeah, you can go gank and your teammates can help you out, but with the way the late game's developed, it's almost all their eggs in the Moo basket right now.
Luckily for Newbee, they've suddenly got some good space. So this gets Xiao Wei time to get his mech. Banana's starting to neutral stack. He's going to get up to level 5 in just a second. So, I mean, Blink Dagger is not coming for quite a while, like to at least, I'd say, 15 minutes. But just having levels, like he was level 3 when they pushed that tier 2 bottom tower. You can't defend with level 1 Burrow Strike. At least at this point, he's going to have probably level 3 Burrow Strike.
Yeah.
Depending on how greedy he goes.
Level 3 is where it starts getting pretty legit.
Yeah.
In terms of the range. It's quite respectable. Well, sometimes you see players take level 3 Sandstorm to help them jungle faster, but with how slow his progression's been, he may be forced to just take Burrow. We'll see a TP in mid from the Prophet. He has gone for the early hand of Midas, and here comes the push. Glyphs online, Newbee. Still trying to hang on and defend.
DT are huge on this 5-man. And when you've got a Brewmaster with a blink, I think you can kind of justify that. So,
and an Enigma backing him up.
Yeah, like now that the blink's up on Brewmaster, it's really tricky to defend. You can't just throw spells from nearby the tower because you get blink clapped and primal splitted. That's the start of a bad fight for a Newbee.
They just smoke. Banana's kind of hiding around mid, but oh, here comes the blink clap. The Panda ult's ready. He'll pop it now. How on the way out tries to deny the tower. The last hit, it's not enough damage. It's got 2 HP. How gets the deny before going down with the ship, but the Cyclone, this control from air, finds one. Now Sangsheng will take that second boulder toss. That's 2 down, and the tower. It is denied, but nonetheless, a tower down and 2 kills.
Yeah, he could have got the tower too, but hey, he was too busy microing his heart out and gets himself a couple of kills here. So
Nothing too earth-shattering with the micro there. We'll wait for the Ags to really celebrate theirs Panda play.
Easy air Brewmaster micro. But into Roche. Wow.
They're back! Whoa! Eureka!
Holy moly. I have missed you. Teamfight recap. 10 years since Teamfight recap has worked on BTS stream.
And still we wander the streets, cold and lonely.
I watch old BTS VODs and
I turn on Join Dota. Nothing good happens. I go to good studio. Only suits. Blinding me with their brightness and beautiful gold colors. The recaps are back.
Alrighty, we're back in business. BTS.
Let's not jinx it, though, for now.
Yeah, I know.
Until Volvo tries to take us offline
It could never work again, but I'm still happy it worked the once.
Oh, yeah, we showed we're capable of if we want to. H-Apparition ult comes in mid. Let's connect on XDD, but a nice grip. The turnaround's here. The black hole connects on 2. The wall's dropped as well. Moo and Hal, is it enough damage? A few more right clicks. Moo's gonna barely zip out. He's down to HP. He still ends up going down to the Malefice damage from Enigma. Dreamy you. Oh, a nice black hole. It's still only a 1-for-1, in fact, though. I expected more. Surge from Xiao 8. He's got these stick charges. Hasn't popped them. Could have popped the stick charges immediately into a vac, but just didn't have it in time.
Yeah, Hal just gets TP out there.
Oh, they did use black hole, but 2 more kills. Tower went the way of the Radiant denied.
Wow. I think it's a good fight for DT ultimately. Like, they fought without Brewmaster ultimate as well.
And they won. They got 2 kills. They denied the tower.
Marana could have got a 3rd kill. I actually messed up the Sand King kill. Sand King was being Fiend script, and he arrowed the AA instead of the Sand King. Like, he just shot, he kind of shot it freely. Oh, AA snipes Enigma and Fountain. Dang. Yelch.
Oh, Teamfight recap won't save us there, gods.
No.
Well, he got sniped at the fountain. What more do you need to know, viewers? What more do you need to know? Yeah, my apologies. It's been a long day. We'll try and get ourselves together here.
You have to apologize for that one, LD.
I apologize. But they have Orchid soon. That's what I'm really keeping my eyes on for Newbee. I caught myself that time, but once they get the Orchid, they have H-Apparition ult. Maybe Sand King comes in for a few of these ganks once he has Blink, and they can just keep on picking heroes off.
Yeah.
Even though Brew has Blink, and he's pretty farm, he's still an easy kill.
Yep.
The one issue for DT is with all this 5-man, they're not especially highly leveled. Like, they're even with Newbee, but they're easy solo kills. Well, not solo, like 2 hero kills. H-Apparition ult, Orchid. That's a dead Prophet, that's a dead Enigma, that's a dead Marana. Until they get those BKB on Enigma anyway, but that is coming pretty soon.
They're also not that highly farmed. Like, the top CS is, Storm is 105 CS. The highest on the Radiant side, 68 with your Marana, so... big farm discrepancy there, although the gold lead's still going DT's way with the towers.
They just revealed the smoke.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Oh, just Sanking, but hey, that does tip Newbee off a little bit. And it looks like for now, DT Club happy to just pressure this tier 1 top. Maybe see a tier 1 for a tier 1 trade, which I think is for Newbee reasonable, considering they do not want to be fighting DT's 5-man right now.
Yeah, I like trading for Newbee right now. I think it's the much safer route. I would like to see him secure the Sand King Blink, but he's just... They need him here, I guess. Yeah. They do have their mech as well, so they're getting there.
It feels like it is some ways away. Yeah, 1,300 gold, not bad. With the tower gold being picked up now as well, that'll help him, but... We'll see DT just keep on applying the pressure at top lane, even without Marana there. Marana, I think, now realizes, oh, I can actually make my way top, uses a leap, will pick up probably the Perseverance, and look to group up with the team at top. And Dreamy you, BKB. There's nothing to cancel this. It's a guaranteed black hole.
No, the only way to cancel this is to just catch him before he uses it.
Yeah. That's possible. That's always possible, but... You try walk in with that BKB on so you don't get stunned, then people just scatter and don't group up for that black hole.
Yeah, Enigma BKB is as much about the psychology and just intimidating them, confusing them, as anything else. When they went for this push, by the way, they did drop an Observer Ward, but it's in range of the standard Sentry, so I don't think that's a very good ward then.
Oh, they smoked up though.
Here comes the grip, potentially. Moo's got to be careful, super, almost in range. The Moonlight Shadow is there as well.
Now then they'll walk into... They know there's a Sentry Ward on that cliff, or near that cliff, as they just got dewarded, so...
But they have the Orchid now, and H-Apparition ult's online. And they also have a Medallion, so this is where Newbee just look to find some pickoffs, and if they start getting enough, Then they go Roche.
They need to find him soon. I think Air's just going to be rushing BKB on Brewmaster. I think he says, look, Ags can come later. Staying alive and getting ulti off is priority #1. That was the mistake Ferrari made earlier today. I think that was like a... If that's Air, I think he goes straight BKB that game.
Yeah, this Mirana's kept up nicely in terms of farm, thanks to the Midas. 7,800 net worth. They have a... Let's see. They have a 1 tower advantage. Each team denied 1 tower. So, Midas was starting to pay off.
And here we go. Tier 2 tower up top. Is it? Thoughts of Roshan?
I don't think they can sneak this very quickly. They've got Medallion, but they have nothing else for Roche.
Such poor damage for Roshing. And like any treants could scout this out. Maybe even DT could... I mean, in theory, they can go high ground to the tier 3, but...
They have showed Banana mid, though. This may make DT not suspect a Roche.
And there we go.
Yeah, that was...
They back off. I think that's...
An ill-advised Roche.
They could have worked for it, but it's just such high risk. And I guess high risk, medium reward for an Aegis, but... Yeah, it's not worth it.
Oh, Observer Ward plopped down mid, just out of vision of the Sentry.
Okay.
So it seems like DT want to slowly start to tighten that noose up, get the lanes all pushed in, the Necrobooks coming on the Prophet, they have a not too far off a Lincoln Sphere on the Mirana, and the BKB you mentioned on Enigma. They're ready to start forcing the fights at towers and getting aggressive. Newbee. They need the Dragonite BKB, and I would say they also need the Sand King Blink. Those are their 2 key items to try and take the fights, and even so, it's going to be tough.
This is the last out of tower, this mid tier 2.
I almost want to say they can't defend it, though.
Yeah, it
without Dragonite BKB, without Blink. Well, definitely without Blink, but...
Yeah. Like, who's Mood jumping? Like,
maybe he can bait out some spells, but you zip in, very high chance you get gripped.
Air's positioned really far back, knowing that he's likely to be that Storm Orchid initiation target. So he lets his team, just with all their summons, Treants, Eidolons, take out the tier 2 tower, and he stays as that backline Blink initiator.
And guys, the thing is, they're not split pushing. They're not trading. So if they just give up towers and they're not getting anything, they're just gonna get out farmed.
It just feels
they got to do something.
It feels this is like DT Club pre-core items. Like Prophet hasn't even picked up his Necrobook. He's got 3k gold. He can almost buy a full Necro 3. After he farms bottom lane, he's practically there. You've got your Brewmaster.
Lincoln Sphere is ready.
Yeah, Lincoln Sphere and then Brewmaster's BKB. Like these big core items are going to be coming soon, and that's... Newbee have already given up all these towers before the core items even come online.
And there's a gem. Gem's online for super.
Yeah.
So let the strangling begin.
Okay. I like what we're seeing from DT Club. This is a team. They're proving it's not just a fluke. They take a game here and there off of DKIG. They're showing that they are actually at this point like arguably a tier 1 Chinese team.
Yeah, the only thing is the lack of big LAN results. That's the only reason I'd reserve judgment. But in terms of their play in these online portions, they're looking super solid. How we'll get caught top. They'll start it off with the grip, and then Dreamy U looks to zone anyone else off from the rear. The Burrow Strike will clip him. They'll try and bring down the Enigma, but he's popped the BKB, and the Black Hole's here. That's on 3. Here comes your Panda. Oh, Banana. Shall wait. They Cyclone Shall wait right as he thinks about a surge out. Now he's isolated. The Boulder Toss will cool down. They'll kill him off too. It's gonna be 4. They thought they had the Enigma, but they couldn't burst him down, and that's Rex. Flawless.
That was just perfection. Like, as far as team fights go, that was just so beautiful to watch. Like, everything just working out perfectly. I mean, so much comes from the item advantage. Having the BKB on Enigma and allowed the Enigma to stay alive, get the black hole off, but Newbee just getting crushed.
I think did they get the Storm pull off on the Enigma? Because I feel like if they had the pull and the Burrow Strike...
I think they did.
But maybe they changed it with the Burrow Strike.
Yeah,
I felt like he wasn't disabled for very long.
Yeah, they got the Burrow Strike and then the pull, but they were a little overlapped. And
it's only a level 3 pull as well, so they need... That was not a bad idea from Newbee, though. If they can just blow up the Enigma, I think DT would have backed, and it's 1 for 1.
Either way, they're losing the DK to the Fiend script, but like you say, 1 for 1 and you're okay.
They also know Black Hole and Panel are on cooldown. Maybe they try and take the Roche fight. They've given up a single lane of Rax, but this is the best chance they're going to get.
DT Club's so smart. They see everything coming their way. They back off. They see so many heroes missing. They've got wards in the lanes and say, well, our wards aren't spotting everyone. They must be doing something sneaky. Oh, and there we go. Sandshank gets scattered out by the Enigma. Enigma's got BKB. Needs to pop it ASAP. The Nightmare used defensively. That's going to save Dreamy U's life.
Just pops the BKB, starts delivering the right clicks, but the wall. Yeah. The Ancient Apparition ult. They've brought down a few. They're going to bring down Dreamy U as well. Yeah. Well, Newbee's showing some signs of life. Yeah. They'll lose the gem, too. That's a big loss for DT.
It's still a 21-minute Rax for DT. Like,
it is really good for DT.
That fight goes really bad for them, but like you've got a melee Rax at 21 minutes in, you don't really mind your opponents getting a Roshan and a couple kills. But
well,
You'd prefer
don't-
not.
yeah.
Yeah,
You're not
prefer
happy
not.
about that fight, but you're still in the lead. That's the, I guess, the bottom line here. And they're running Profit, so they can always keep that top lane going in.
Yep. I think Prophet could even just pick up like a mech to go with the Necro 3 here. They haven't got a mech anywhere, so...
The Storm needs to get very big. That's where I see Newbee turning this game, is if he gets to that point where he can get BKB, Scythe, and just start going and solo killing heroes.
Yeah.
But before that point, their whole draft concept just isn't coming together.
Yeah.
It's just that, you know, it's all about the Storm into Ancient Apparition Ult, maybe have a Shadow Blade on DK if he has a decent start, but they don't have that right now.
Alright, well, we'll see what Newbee can do now. Down a rack this early on. They've got the Blink on Sand King, they've got a few other core items here and there, but...
I still think DT have to be careful. There's a Blink on Xiao 8. He's hit level 11. I'll have his level 2 ult soon.
That's true.
They do have to be careful, but with BKB on Enigma, with BKB coming on Air, in fact, it's almost ready. 700 gold.
The one big thing...
The combo's not that scary against mass BKBs.
Yeah, and well, also for like pushing against the Darkseer is actually not as scary when you're pushing with a bunch of summons like they are. Treant's, Eidolon's, Necrobooks.
True.
What's Darkseer's, that's not really like a blink wall vacuum opportunity. It's not like you're using heroes to siege.
It's more the vacuum burrow strike epi, but if they just BKB it, then Newbee got nothing.
Yeah, we saw in that bottom river fight where it was like the vacuum, even just a vacuum ice blast, that tore apart DT, so...
That will change with these BKBs. Maybe they even build a pipe. They have a good pipe carrier. Not particularly.
No pipe or mech. Like they go to racks at 21 minutes without pipe or mech. That's pretty rare that you can say that.
The new top dogs in China. For now, anyway.
Yeah, they're on a tear right now, so...
I still think Newbee have a decent... One of the best lineups to be in this situation.
Oh, they get the ward. They see air here.
Radiant team.
They don't dare jump in.
There was a ping now.
Ooh, they seem to notice it, so maybe just the high ground vision helping him out.
They have this Observer Ward.
Yeah. They'll back off. They'll play safe. No reason to risk things here.
And they're going to need some more farm on Newbee. They'll need the level 11 for the Sand King. If they want to hang on here, the BKB on Mu.
Yeah.
Sangsheng will need his level 2 ult. They are a long way off from these things.
Yeah, farm's one thing, but like getting Sanking like 3 full, like 2.5 levels to get to that level 11 is just,
it's not easy.
Like that, you get that from fights, and you don't want to be fighting.
So
like, that's the easiest way to get those.
You get it if they force the issue, but they're gonna wait for their next core items on DT.
And there's a Deso like almost now on Mirana.
They may just wait for until the Aegis expires and wait for the next Roche. Newbee are not gonna end the game with this Aegis. They probably won't even go for an objective. All it's bought them farming time, but DT are farming too. So they're ahead and they'll stay ahead.
Even just wait for the Aegis to expire for the sake of Aegis to expire and then push before
the Aegis respawns.
Roche, yeah.
They are dire side, that's true.
Yeah. So I think we could see that because there'll be a Brewmaster BKB up now if Air wants it.
Yeah, he's got it in 25 gold.
Yeah, he's not going Axe. So Enigma's ready to go with BKB Blink. Mirana's just 200 short of the Deso. Yeah, there's nothing really else there waiting for. Maybe Prophet's got ultimate ult, so his hack's nowhere close. So
the biggest win for Newbee in the last fight was, I think, getting Gem more than anything. They got Roche, they got a few kills, but they deprived DT of their Gem, and we saw earlier they just had ridiculous map control. Lane wards over here. We saw a hill ward at one time, or no, there's a ward down here. There was just vision everywhere. Wards near the pit as well, but now they are smoking in the dark. Up a hill with Bane leading the way.
This is
very risky smoke.
Yeah, he pops the observer ward, but yeah, this is.
I guess the thing is Bane's in front, so if he dies, then you still have your big AoE combo to go in.
And you have the blinkers behind him, so he may not even die. He may just be kept alive by a blink, Brewmaster ultimate or something.
Dream time, looking to slay some Newbee. They've seen a few heroes mid, and in they go. BKB is ready to smoke, immediately dispel. Dreamy U pops the black hole. He airballs it. PGG. Oh no, this could cost them. Now the gem is up on the Storm. He's going in on super from the backside, but he's nearly out of mana. No, he doesn't have the gem. It's just near him, and now he's been gripped. He'll be focused down. He's lost the Aegis, but there's no follow-up. Here's your combo. Back, Epicenter, wall, 3 heroes dead. And Newbee, just when you thought you could count him out. A whiffed black hole, they'll lose 4. What a disaster for Dreamtime. We jinxed them, gods.
The stuff you hate to see when a team's done so well to start things off. And
that was a sick combo, though. That back Epicenter Burrow was on the money.
That really was. That was just beautiful from Newbee. So Newbee back in this game for sure at this point. Like they use the Aegis to great effect here, and they've got a BKB now on the Storm Spirit. They can control maybe Roshan for the next Aegis. Oh, DT, they gotta be careful with these fights. Enigma was like had the right idea. Like there's nothing to cancel the black hole. If he just all he has to do is catch maybe 2 heroes. And the other great thing is with a black hole, it sets up a 5-second arrow. Like it's a long enough disable that. And even if he's got no direct backup to kill the heroes in the black hole, it sets up a guaranteed arrow, and from there you're getting at least 1 kill, probably 2. But he whiffed it.
He did the thing where, like, you run in, like, you run one way, then blinked the other and tried to black hole. It's just...
It was a panic BKB as well. Like, he tried to run in, and he's like, oh, I better BKB, otherwise I get insta-stun. And it's like, wait, who am I actually black holing during this BKB? I better blink to try and catch someone, otherwise I wasted my BKB.
I don't know if I would say panic. Like, they saw heroes farming the lane, they Moonlight Shadowed, and then they went in. But I think it was just more, like, indecisive. Like, the running back and forth. And well, in the end, any indecision will be punished by Newbee. And now the Storm has BKB. Moo's getting a little scarier. They do have grip to deal with him. He did have that was also a great use of the Aegis. They blew a lot. Moo blew all his mana. He nearly killed off the Bane, and then he respawned after they killed him. As
bad as that fight went for DT, I think they can, if they just shrug it off and don't lose confidence, I think they go for the same thing now once, well, 60 seconds from now when Enigma's black hole up. And they're looking to even take a fight without the Enigma black hole.
Arrow. Not going to connect.
Okay. So XTD, just going to push out this bottom lane. They're not going to go for any big risky engagement before black hole's up, but definitely I feel DT should not be forced, should not feel like they have to play defensive now, just because they've had 2 bad fights in a row.
That was with them completely whiffing the combo.
Yeah.
They hit it a tiny bit better, they win that fight. I think even one hero might have been an even trade. They just fully airballed the black hole, and then Newbee had a lot more room to maneuver. Well, they got their levels off of that. Bananas hit level 11. Like you said, you win a fight, your Sand King gets levels. So now the epicenter damage comes on. There's still the double BKB.
Wow, Salt Crest for how? He's actually pretty fine. I guess 29 minutes in. Yeah, that's...
Thing is, Mirana's not a very hard carry. You can get a Midas, like it's for Endesso, but I would say Dragon Knight, who's down 4k, he can be on par with you.
And the Decima Mirana is always a kind of awkward. Like, it's really good for, like, this 5-minute window, but, like, once you get to the late game, you'd rather have Lifesteal, you'd rather have Mjolnir.
Yeah, Mjolnir on the Panda would be sick.
Yeah, like, so I think this Desto has a nice, like, small maybe 5 at max 10-minute timing window where it's good for these next couple fights, and also good for pushing, but after a certain point, it just, you kind of wish, like, oh, I wish I had Lifesteal for late game or Mjolnir.
Well, they were supposed to win that fight that they just lost. So I think it's a great item selection for where their position in the game was. It's just, if they fuck up the fight, suddenly the item is not the ideal item.
If they win that fight, they push down buildings a lot faster.
That's game if they win that fight. And unless Newbee had like 4 buybacks, but I'm pretty sure they didn't.
No, here we go, How you gotta be careful pushing out this lane on your own. There's a Fiend's Grip, so
there's something backing him up though.
Yeah.
3 heroes parked.
Oh, they see these Ancients in July. Ooh, kept alive. Moo not wanting to commit all of his mana for that one.
Yeah, that's a bit risky. Oh, the arrow. They did have an Observer Ward, so not too worried.
They know the Dire Ward's there now after that big zip.
They also held on to the gem. So that's another good thing for Newbee. It's just game 1 of a best of 3, but 30 minutes in, it feels very even in terms of tempo now. Early on, it was just a total stomp by DT, but after one huge fight going Newbee's way, it feels like a 50-50 game to me.
It feels that way. It's definitely DT favored, but it's just like all the momentum shifted to Newbee. Like, I think if you look at even gold graph stuff aside, like your upper racks, you've got, I think, the far better team fight. At least, I mean, Darkseer's not bad, but yeah.
The Darkseer Sand King can be game winning. Like, if you hit the epicenter Vac Burrow on 4, they hit it on 4 heroes and just destroyed.
Yeah, especially with Mirana not having a BKB. I think that's going to be Mirana's next item, just to negate a lot of that damage. But
this BKB Lincoln's Dota.
Dreamy, you going Acceptor?
Enigma?
Yeah, it's the new upgrade for.
What is the change?
I'm.
Oh yeah, so it does. You can have like double Midnight Pulse damage now, basically.
So Black Hole is like an automatic Midnight Pulse on top.
And they also changed Midnight Pulse, so it has a crazy radius. Yeah. It's quite big now.
It's not a bad item by any means. It means your Black Hole actually does big deeps on its own. Like you don't need you can do damage without having the backup to some extent.
People are actually going to level up Midnight Pulse now. What is this? Well, it's in theory
good skill.
14% damage per second if you get the black hole and the And the
Does
midnight
it?
pulse
So does
down.
it stack with itself?
I believe it does stack.
Okay, it does stack. Wow.
Yeah, K-pop's saying it does.
Okay.
We got confirmation from the only
And
man
does
with
damage
knowledge
based
here.
on their max HP, so it's like it's pretty fatal. Regardless of your HP, it's taking away that big chunk.
Oh yeah, yeah. That with a clap, that is GG.
Nobody wants to catch the clap.
No. There's a Radiant Observer ward here. They have spotted out the Sand King. Oh, they know there's a ward too. But what a bad time to go for a D ward as the arrow comes in directly onto Banana. Then the clap on the Sunshine. The Panda ult here. This is the opening. This is what DT were waiting for. Insta buyback on the Sand King. Ancient Apparition doesn't have his own. They did use the Panda ult.
They didn't
though.
need to, but yeah, it's okay.
I'll look for Cyclone here on the high ground. Nah, just gets
Yeah.
dragged.
The arrow, Banana was just caught sleeping a bit there with the arrow. Like, sure they saw him and knew the exact line for the arrow, but it's daytime. He can see that arrow flying in and should be able to at least blink dodge it at the last second. Just not fully focused. Or maybe he was watching that ward.
Maybe
like,
he's a little low on
television.
potassium.
I could do with some potassium.
Yeah, I need a banana.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have any fruits left. They all got spoiled. You guys are using them for your smoothies.
Yeah, you had some smoothie. There was some banana in that. You've had your potassium.
I need more.
Yeah. That was
Not alert enough.
that was like one banana between 3 people, so your banana quota is not really being met.
Yes, I feel very under banana-fied.
Well,
Here comes the roast.
Speaking of banana, he's
Arrow.
almost gets arrowed again, banana.
Yeah, they can't afford if banana wants to get fired again. I'll work on the Roche now. How's in the pit, so too is Moo.
This is just
Dangerous
ill-advised.
fight.
They know there's no Brewmaster ultimate, but it's still very ill-advised against an Enigma Black Hole.
They're gonna try for it though.
Yeah. They can do it with just 2 heroes in the pit, so that it's hard to get Enigma a Black Hole he likes.
Oh, she arrowed Roshan.
Yeah.
She was XTD hoping for a hero hit there. Do they go in or not, though? They've got to make a decision soon. The Panda ult, not available for 30 seconds. They're going to have to fight this without it. The Black Hole's there. Catches out only one, though. It's just How. Can they bring down the Roshan time? How pops the BKB. Who's he going to focus? Hasn't decided yet. Then an Epicenter from Banana connects onto the Roche still alive. Moo's been hexed up. He will be brought down, but is the Roche going to fall? How taking the crits to the face. Air. Low, not dead yet. Actually, he gets the last hit on the Roche. The Radiant gets the last hit. Snatched by the Darkseer. 2 heroes dead.
Yeah.
My kingdom for a Panda ult.
Well, DT, I think it's an okay fight. Aegis does go LGD.
They
Newbee's
killed
way.
Storm and Dragon Knight, and
Storm
they
bought
forced
back.
the buyback. Yeah.
And the Aegis is on Darkseer. That's good for DT, because it's the Storm you
Not on the
really want
Storm,
the Aegis
yeah.
on. So they can... I think they can just fight and be like, well, Darkseer has it. It's not the biggest deal in the world. I mean, it does mean Newbee can take play fights with Zhao 8 kind of positioning suicidally because of the Aegis. He can bait a bit more, but
They
you
had
really
a hex
want
on
that on the
Angel Eye
Storm.
in that fight. Yeah, that was a
Oh,
night. That's how they got the Storm. Was they hexed Moo towards the end of the fight?
that's,
Wait, where's this hex?
that
coming
fight
from?
went surprisingly well for DT Club, considering their Black Hole did very little. It just locked down DK for a little bit. The DK didn't even die in the Black Hole. The Black Hole, he got him down to like 2/3 HP. It was only after the Black Hole that they actually kind of killed him, because that was when his BKB wore off.
It was only on the Dragon Knight also.
There's your Miranda BKB. This is, I think, a pretty important pickup for these next couple of fights. And I think with this, DT need to try and end the game almost to some extent. Their late game is still good. Like, their late game is good, but I think with this BKB, they can look to try and get another set of Raxes.
Hmm. Can they win the game soon? I guess.
Like Darkseer buys a Hex to go with his Aegis now, so there's more Hexes up on the playing field, but...
Both teams just have such overpowering team fight. Like, Ancient Apparitional on top of Epicenter Vacuum Wall, now level 3 wall. And then, obviously, DT with the Black Hole panel. If either team hits their full combo, I feel like it could just be a 5-man wipe and a game-endingly good fight. But who's going to hit the combo?
Be smoked up.
Uh-oh.
There's
Angelai's
Brewmaster
waiting.
ultimate, though.
Angelai's waiting. They're ready for this. The back's only on 1. It does connect on Angelai, but Banana's going to drop really low to start this off. The wall's deployed in a great position. Banana being pursued out by the Panda. But Moo, grip, isolated, brought down. Still the DK's alive. It's a triple kill for How. He's strong right now, the Dragon Knight, and he's been hexed up, but he'll come out of it soon. The Panda ult, one more boulder toss, but Xiao 8 rejoins the fight. He does have an Aegis here. Tries to keep his buddy alive. Dragon Tail's up on Super. The Mirana's dishing out the right clicks, but the Epicenter from Banana brings them both low. Can't finish him off, though. In July on the run. Xiao 8's just right-clicking. Karate chopping XDD down. One more Karate chop would do him in. He can't get it.
They back off Darkseer's gonna maybe go
Blink
chase
Surge,
him.
Karate chop.
decides against.
No more martial arts for today, says Shao 8.
Oh, man. That was, again, I think DT come out on top, but only, like, all these fights they're winning are just, like, just barely.
That was such a good place for a wall. This was just amazing by Shao 8.
Wow. Well, it's...
Newbee had they had the Aegis there, so they did lose the Aegis on the Darkseer as well, something that's not reflected in the raw numbers.
Numbers speak towards Newbee winning that fight, so as far as actual golden XP gain, they come out on top. But the Aegis,
considering
like
they had an Aegis, I think it's a decent trade.
Yep. So
who actually bought Profit bought back in that? And Murata.
Oh wow, yeah, the double buyback's actually costing that's where DT didn't actually come out too well in that fight. The buyback's really costing them a bit. Brewmaster comes out. Ho! I didn't even realize he had all that money.
Time to see the Super Panda.
Yeah, he had a really good fight there. Like his position well, so he get the blink clap off, and I think the real MVP for DT in that fight, who stopped them from getting stomped, was Super on Bane though. He was like out of the fight, didn't get caught in the wall, and just hit a full duration Fiend's Grip on Super Storm Spirit, and as a result, like that was the Moose Storm Spirit, and as a result, that was the death of Moo with no buyback.
Yeah. Moo his item progression is just ground to a halt.
Yeah.
He had by far the most CS in this game. He was like 40 CS up on the Mirana, and now 190 CS. The Mirana's sitting at 220 and has the Midas advantage.
He's number 6 on net worth. Like, he's down there with the Enigma. Not that Enigma's under farm.
To be fair, Dragonite is more of the true hard carry at this stage of the game, but he's going for kind of value items. Sanj is the pickup for Hal.
Yeah.
I don't know. You go for items like this, Mirana gets one more big damage item, and she just destroys you in fights if you don't focus her. And you won't be all that tanky.
Let's see what the next plan for Dreamtime is. They've got all ultimates up, apart from Profits, but that'll be no time at all, and then it's going to be back good to go. I think in July is going BKB himself as well. He's picked up a Mithril Hammer, and I think that is going to be a BKB. And what, 3rd or 4th BKB for this Radiant team? That'll be a 4th BKB.
Oh, that will be the 4th, yes.
Yeah. And they Moonlight Shadow into the enemy base here. They're not going to find anyone as
the gem got passed back again. Yeah, so that Newbee got it back, and we'll see the map control probably swinging the other way soon.
Yeah, the Radiant team could buy a new gem if they want, but I don't.
This gem's been a hot potato.
It really has. It really has.
Well, for anyone who's watching, the stakes are quite high. A win here, and you're just one best of 5 away from punching your ticket and coming on a trip to LA, fighting for over $106,000 live on LAN here from the BTS studios. But nobody's secured their berth just yet, and it's only game 1. So no matter what happens, we have ourselves at least a game 2, possibly, and hopefully a deciding game 3.
Yeah, that's been the theme of today. Game 3s all day long. As
this has been one of the closer games on the day. We've had some close series, not that many close games.
Yeah, I think that's fair to say.
There was 1 or 2 that were pretty back and forth.
Yeah. This game is still very much in the balance. Like DT Club, I think I still give the slight edge to. I think just having the Mobile Prophet on their team and having the huge team fight with the Enigma plus Brewmaster. And I'm looking forward to seeing this Enigma Ag Scepter. I think with that, like, Black Holes will just do a lot more damage. He needs to start catching heroes in the Black Holes, though, but...
Yeah, he doesn't need to be the primary initiator. Like, it's much better for Brewmaster, Bane, Mirana, even Prophet to start the fights, and for him to come in later on.
Yep.
But they just haven't had the positioning for it.
A lot of the time you can still win games and fights just without a big Enigma Black Hole because your opponents can't position correctly because they're afraid of one, which hasn't really been the case this game.
It's a little risky this game, as there's so many instant stuns, and it's a 6-second BKB. So if he just pops it right away and runs in, and he doesn't Black Hole, they just wait it out, and then they kill him.
Yep. There we go. Prophet's got his BKB up. In July, TP's top also hits his level 16, so DT pretty much have...
That's such a late level 16 on Prophet.
Really is.
That was 41 minutes in. Everyone's pretty underleveled this game, to be honest. It's just so much 5-man Dota.
Yeah.
And not that many kills. Like, a kill a minute.
Now we look towards a bit of a standoff near the Roshan pit, at least from Newbee's perspective, although Roshan not up for at least 1 minute, and probably much more than that.
Team Aghanims unite.
Yeah. What?
Where's that Mirana Eggs upgrade? The whole team should get Slark invisibility.
That's a cool idea.
Ultra invisibility.
Oh, that would be a bit OP, I guess.
Here comes the Moonlight Shadow, though. The gem is on the dire side, but it's
a
a blink initiation.
That's a good
Dreamy
one.
U finds 2. That's what the doctor ordered. Now the follow-up comes, but it's not enough. The Page Apparition ult, the Dragon Knight, they tear them a new one. Moo's still alive through this. He's working on Dreamy U. They have lost the Darkseer, and the Panda ult is still alive and kicking. How kills off the Necrobook. It nearly slays him on its own. The Prophets rejoin the fight. And this is going to be it. Moo's going to get killed off. That's 5 heroes. They've done it. It was the Dreamy U Black Hole, the triple kill.
Just 2 supports, but it was enough to take him out of the fight. Was Injuly even at that fight? That TP in at the end, did he just show up? Because that was a really late Prophet appearance. He's still got hexed. I don't even think Injuly was at that team fight.
He went top, and I think he was still pushing out the lane when the fight started. He got his ult off.
Wow, that was decisive victory there. There was a Brewmaster buyback, but
No. Brewmaster still has his buyback.
Oh, let's say what?
Yeah, Brewmaster. Yeah, we might be having some bugs here with the
features, guys. Please.
We have some new features like fake buybacks. It's a wake up mechanic
to keep our viewers aware.
Hopefully, the rest of the info is accurate.
Keep the casters awake. But yeah, that was Newbee using what? 3 buybacks? 2 buybacks. Storm and Darkseer.
That was great by Dreamy U though. Like just no hesitation. BKB, blink it, black hole right away. That is exactly what they needed. It
was hitting the heroes in the black hole. I think he almost wanted to pop his ulti earlier and try Cyclone the DK, the Storm. I guess they did BKB though. But
Shao-Wade even had a good counter initiation. It's just there's 4 BKBs. Darkseer doesn't do much against 4 BKBs.
And looking at Newbee's Newbee has BKBs, but like DK down to 5 seconds, he does not stay alive very long once his BKB wore off. And partly because he killed the damn blue Necro, or the non-Necro now. But
yeah, it's just you can't really control your Frost Breath. It's just it does what it wills. It's got a mind of its own. There's just no item progression on Moo. Moo has. Is there anything on the courier for him?
He's been buying back. It doesn't look like it.
And the Dragon Knight hasn't really gone for a proper hard carry build. He went Heaven's Halberd. Like, if you actually want to carry, you go for Mjolnir, maybe Daedalus.
Moo's actually entered the bottom 4 on net worth.
Arrow comes in, it connects on Moo. Time for the team fight.
Here we go, Dreamy U. He's got no black hole. He's just gone full YOLO mode here. There's going to be a nice epicenter coming in. Joey's in trouble.
All BKB'd. It didn't do anything. 4 heroes caught by an epicenter, but Hal's still trapped. He's been Fiend's Grip by Super. That's going to be the end of the fight. Shao-Wade's on the run.
The boulder toss. That boulder toss got him from like 4,000 range, it felt like. They've lost 2. Make it 3 with the AA going down. Maybe some more here. Banana in trouble. He's been hit by the Malphite. Dreamy U on the high ground. Gets the Midnight Pulse even on Banana.
Blink. No Malefice, no Black Hole follow-up. They don't need
Raxus.
it. They're going for the GG. DT, continue the streak here. This should be 2 lanes of Rax. This should probably be GG. Time for a quick dire buyback check. They've got nothing. No heroes for 30 seconds. The Glyph won't save them. The Mirana's on the low ground. Should move herself up the hill, but regardless, 2 lanes of Rax. Possibly Megas. And
LD, there's a Black Hole back up now as well. So they don't even want to go near. Like, you could just solo Black Hole this Storm Spirit and it'll be worth it at this stage, but...
Speaking of which, he's thinking about it.
Oh, yeah.
They can just go Rax, though. Take the Megas. You've got no Darkseer for 45 seconds. No Dragon Knight for 25. That is enough time to win the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they have 4 BKBs. The Sand King Epicenter, it looked perfect, but everyone got off BKB.
They're backing off. They're playing this awfully safe. Like, no Darkseer, no DK. Where's the high ground push? You've got Black Hole, boys. DT, you don't need Roche.
The thing is, if Newbee had buyback, they would have used it.
Yeah.
But they'll take Roche.
I guess they...
2 lanes of Rax and Roche versus Megas, but maybe giving up 3-4 kills and giving up Roche?
Newbee are too late to contest this one. And Enigma poised on the high ground, ready to fight.
Oh,
Refresher Orbs next for Dreamy U. He's going for some ball and Enigma items here.
Yeah, what a beast. The return of Enigma.
I haven't seen the... This is the first time seeing the Axe Enigma.
Navi and Fnatic to me are like the 2 teams that I've cast that like to just mix them in occasionally.
Navi love their Enigma, yeah.
They love, if you run a greedy strat and aren't going aggressive, they love to go Enigma. And Fnatic's kind of the same way. But we have not seen Enigma at all really in the Asian scene. Especially in the Chinese.
LD, we've got a 5th BKB.
You can't lose.
You can't cancel the... Like, BKB Fiend's Grip is actually going to be really legit, because that's either probably DK or Storm taken out of the fight during their BKB, and for DK, that's his entire BKB duration, so after the Fiend's Grip wears off, you can just start chain stunning him, hexing him, whatever it may be.
Where's the physical damage on Newbee? Dragon Knight has just utility tank items.
Yeah.
Storm has no damage. That's it. They have nothing on BKB.
Not just BKB, dataless for XDD, so the farm just keeps on piling up. And
one more good fight. That's all it's going to take here for Dreamtime. And it's gotten to the point now, because of their item progression, where the graphs don't tell the story anymore. It's a team with all magic damage against a team that's got 5 BKBs. That is...
Yeah. I do agree with the one story the graphs say, and that's DT are winning right now.
Yeah.
25k gold lead. And
it's just like the number loses meaning.
Yeah.
It could be 5k, it could be 500k, but when you have all magic damage against 5 BKBs, you got nothing.
And Air's got his Shiver's Guard now. They're just buying all these luxury items. They're like, we don't need buyback. We're 4 axes ahead. We can just get these couple of luxury items going, and we're good to go. So
clobbering.
I mean, no one actually has buyback apart from Enigma, it looks like. But, yeah, no big.
I don't know how Newbee defends this. They can't do anything else. They can't rat Dota.
Doxy's the only answer. Like,
maybe they go for a wraparound.
Doxy in theory is your answer to how you defend, but I just don't see it being like 5 BKBs. What to do?
Yeah, you're not vac walling those heroes unless you completely catch. They need to vac burrow before they get off the BKBs on at least 3 to 4. Good luck.
And
if DT position themselves correctly, they'll just have like probably just the Mirana hitting the racks from around here, the Prophet around there, and Enigma, Panda, Bane can just all chill in this region. And what do you do?
No.
They've got buyback on Mirana as well. No boots of travel. Also has Aegis still, and the cheese on there. So the other option is they can just blink in with Panda ult and just start hitting the racks and not even bother letting Newbee try to initiate.
There's no glyph for a couple of minutes. And
pop 5 BKBs, hit racks, and back.
Yeah. Oh, they got the Enigma refresher. That's what now they're set. They say, okay, we've got. Prophet says, mate, hold on, guys. I want my big Divine Rapier-esque item.
I've got toys too.
I think that's actually a Prophet buyback. Prophet buyback for this final fight is actually not a bad idea, since Prophet's the one here who can insta-TP back in.
They've got it. The black hole. It's real. It's on 2. Panda ults here as well. Moose crumbling. House crumbling. Black hole number 2. Read it and weep, Newbee. You're going to a game 2. Down 0-1. Getting crushed. DT are ruthless. They'll find Shao 8. This will be their 4th. Their 5th kill of the fight. It's a GG. DT. Too good.
Dude, this seems so legit. Air's been getting a lot of recognition and stuff for his Brewmaster, but I don't even think you can just say like this. I mean, it was a good Brewmaster game.
No,
it wasn't a spectacular one, but
he did not carry them. This was just like a well-rounded team effort.
100% agree. This was a solid team, a unique and kind of creative strategy, which just worked wonders. They just brute force every single. It was kind of like the LGD. Let's group as 5 and take every tower, except they did better with a draft, which was harder to stop.
And how many teams would have crumbled after losing that huge team fight to Newbee, where they got the wall, epicenter, vac, burrow strike? They were up like 10k gold at that point after the team fight, but so easy to just crumble, and they pulled it together and they brought the hammer to Newbee.
There were a few rocky sidetracks along the way, but in the end they got the job done, and like that's to be expected. You're versing a much more experienced team. Newbee, I don't think that it was ever going to end as smoothly as you'd like it to end. So for DT Club, that's an impressive win. Another impressive win to add to their resume. Over the last few weeks, they've just been beating top-tier teams left, right, and center.
Is DT Club coming here? They're not far off.
I think
they're 4 wins away from coming here. They win 1 more game in this best of 3. They win 3 games in the grand finals. They're coming to LA.
I think I joked to you like 4 days ago, and I was like, DT Club road to the summit. And I was joking, but now when I say it, it's real. It's no longer a joke anymore.
It wasn't ever a joke. It was just like it's probably
nothing against the team. But it was like, oh, haha, DT Club going to be coming to LA. But now it's
like CIS took games off of like who was IG, I think it was, or no, Newbee.
CIS took games off DK.
And
Newbee. They too are Newbee.
A lot of the tier 2 Chinese teams have taken games off of other tier 1 teams, although the distinction's quickly becoming meaningless. But DT's been consistently doing it over the past few weeks. They are looking good, guys. Well, with that being said, you're watching the Summit Asia. It's not over just yet, of course. Powered by Twitch. We've got Game 2 coming up. Who's going to take it? Will we see a Game 3? Will Newbee bounce back? Or will DT just move into the grand finals unrivaled? Stay tuned. We'll find out after this.